Shows Robin Williams as Lorne Michaels and Philip Seymour Hoffman as Tom Murphy, both sitting in an office. Williams.
Okay. So you said you had some incriminating photos?
Hoffman. No, that was just a ploy, okay? But thank you for meeting me under the guise of self-preservation. Williams.
What do you want?
Hoffman. Well, Lorne, I gotta say, I like your cast, okay? They're so much livelier than mine. Williams rolls his eyes. Hoffman. Anyway, I do have some wild pitches for your show, okay? Williams.
Congratulations. But I don't have time for this.
Hoffman. It would really mean a lot to Belushi. Williams.
Jim? Is this like Make-A-Wish Foundation or something?
Hoffman. Yeah, there you go, okay? Jimmy finds drug addicts like his brother and helps them corner and proposition Lorne Michaels with pitches. Williams.
Well, if it's for drug addicts, fine. I'm forever indebted.
Hoffman. First and foremost, okay, Olivia Wilde's movie, Don't Worry, Darling, is coming out in September, okay, so I think she'd be an unbelievably great host next year, okay? Great ass. Best tight end this side of Travis Kelce, okay? You could bring back the airport security creeps, make a stripper down before getting on the plane, that sort of thing. Williams.
That's a pretty wild idea. Thanks for coming in.
Hoffman. Oh, get comfortable, Mr. Michaels, okay? You got 19 non-weekend update cast members, and we're going to plow through the whole kit and caboodle. Williams.
Jim Belushi, what a pain in my ass.
Hoffman. Okay, so the first one I got is Chloe Fineman and Heidi Gardner is bipolar Barbies. Okay? So the two of them are sisters, kind of like Hilton-type sisters, okay? Blonde, Valley Girl, whatever, okay, types. But they're both bipolar, okay, and are each on opposite ends of the poles at different times, but then they keep switching on a dime, okay? So whoever they run into, they keep switching off, where one is manic, the other's depressive, and vice versa, and then switching back and forth and befuddling the people they run into. Okay, so that'd be fun. Now the next one is Kate McKinnon is a paranoid Miss McFeely from Mr. Rogers. Okay, now if you take a look at Miss McFeely, she seemed kind of like an odd duck, okay? So you have Kate playing her, she gets real paranoid that Mr. Rogers is acting inappropriate with her. Okay, like she'll drive by on her bike and be like, oh, hey, Mr. Rogers, check out my parrot in the cage here. And Mr. Rogers moves a step toward the cage, and then McKinnon freaks out, calls Mr. Rogers a creep, tells him to stop thinking about killing her baby parrot. Okay, keeps claiming Mr. Rogers is making sexually suggestive comments when he's saying very mundane things, that sort of thing. Okay, and so then the next one is Kenan Thompson, is Carl Winslow, okay, the dad from Family Matters, okay, who we see is now devolved into a crooked Chicago cop who's racist against either blacks or whites or both, okay, but maybe he goes absurdly easy on Asians or Hispanics or something, okay, but racist against everybody else, okay, he's planting drugs on people, okay, he makes Steve Urkel wear a wire on a drug deal, okay, and that goes bad and ends up getting Urkel killed, and Winslow's like, well, it took me long enough to get that nerd killed, okay, that sort of thing. Williams looks at his watch. Hoffman. Okay, now the next one is Chris Redd as Eddie Murphy's Uncle Tom, okay, so his name's Tom Murphy, okay, and Chris is talking to Eddie on the phone and, talking about life, giving him some advice, okay, and every time Eddie calls him Uncle Tom, Red gets pissed off and defends himself, saying, hey, I was marching in the 60s. I was a Black Panther, for God's sake, okay? And now you're calling me an Uncle Tom? You don't even know how easy you have it. Williams.
You've heard of cancel culture, haven't you?
Hoffman. Is cancel culture that thing where we all had to wear masks for a year or whatever? Okay, that was something, huh? Anyway, my next one is Edie Bryant as herself, okay? And she's able to spiritually channel her brother from another mother, Kobe Bryant, and thus Edie morphs into a basketball star and joins the Lakers. Now, Anthony Davis's initials are AD, okay, so it's LeBron and his two ADs, okay? And so LeBron, Anthony Davis, and Edie Bryant form a big three that dominates the NBA. Okay, now the next one. Now this one's to get back at Belushi for his samurai character, okay, so it's Bowen Yang as a Soviet-area Albanian store owner who only speaks in gibberish. Okay, and he's very pro-Soviet. He only accepts Soviet currency. He's got a picture of Lenin on the wall, okay, instead of a katana, he has a communist sickle. Okay, that sort of thing. Okay, the next one would be Cecily Strong as a bordello owner who slut shames all of her prostitute employees. Okay? Like she's sending the girls to the rooms for the clients, but warns them no hanky-panky, no sex stuff. Okay, which confuses the whores who are like, well, what are we supposed to do? This is our job. Okay, and Cecily's like, well, pray to Jesus or something. I don't know. Williams gives a long sigh. Hoffman, oh, come on, we're almost done, okay? The next one would be Punky Johnson, okay, is a woman in a coffee shop or something who is being hit on by Kyle Mooney, okay? Now, Mooney is the John Cusack with the boombox vibe, okay? Is very poetic and smitten, okay? Punky is trying to delicately tell him that she's not interested by alluding to that she doesn't swing that way, okay? While Mooney isn't getting the message, and instead is taking her reluctance as a race issue and keeps insisting he doesn't care that she's black. Williams.
Right. I'm sure Twitter would love that.
Hoffman. Okay, well, the next one is Pete Davidson and Melissa Villasenor as door-to-door peyote salespeople, okay, who initially act very nice, okay, but are pushy and they get inside the family's house, okay, and they, they just keep harping on the holistic nature of the peyote and how the trips are carbon neutral, okay, and then they increasingly screw with the family, by saying they spike their drinking water with LSD so that it could be compared disfavorably to their peyote, that sort of thing, okay, and then the next one, we finally get into some politics here, okay, is Ego Lodum and James Austin Johnson portray Candace Owens and Donald Trump respectively, okay, and they have a secret Romeo and Juliet romance love affair that undermines them, okay, maybe they're hiding in the closet and some hillbilly finds them and doesn't take too kindly to all that interracial romance. Williams.
Please, Google cancel culture.
Hoffman. Okay, now the next one is Sarah Sherman as the Wicked Witch of the West, okay? But she's working a 12-step program, okay? So she's in the green paint and everything, but, she confronts Dorothy with witch hat in hand, okay? And tries to explain to her shortcomings, okay? Asking for forgiveness, okay? She's tempted to relapse and send monkeys after Dorothy and everything, but she tries to stick to the program, that sort of thing, okay? And finally, okay, Mikey Day, Alex Moffat, Andrew Dismukes, and Aristotle Atari play a German anti-Semitic boy band called the Fourth Reichs. Okay, and they talk in German accents, and they're playing songs for their producer, which he or she can't come around on as the song's lyrics get increasingly more and more anti-Semitic. Okay, so what do you think? Williams.
Well, I gotta be honest, Mr.
Hoffman. Murphy, like Eddie. Williams.
Right. All I can say is, live from Tom's phone, we're not alive. It's Saturday Night Live, starring an ever-evolving cast that is unionized and refuses to allow their names to be mentioned until their demands are met. Musical guest, Tawny Katayan, and your host, Norman Loy. Ladies and gentlemen, Norman Loy.
Applause, applause, applause. Loy.
Thank you. Thank you, I appreciate it, thank you. Well, I made it to 106 years old. Not bad. When I got started in theater in 1932 at 17 years old, Herbert Hoover was president, gas was 18 cents a gallon, and Hitler had yet to rise to power. I think at that time he was still doing The Apprentice.
Robin Williams, Norm Macdonald, John Belushi, Crystal Farley, and Phil Hartman all come out carrying school desks and place them in front of Lloyd and sit and face him. Lloyd.
By 1937, I starred in Orson Welles' Caesar. I later portrayed a spy in Alfred Hitchcock's Saboteur. And that same brilliant director saved my career after I was blacklisted from Hollywood based on my political beliefs by hiring me to produce and direct for his television series, Alfred Hitchcock Presents. And by 1989, I was in the movie Dead Poets Society.
Robin Williams gets up and stands on his desk and says,
"Oh, Captain, my Captain."
McDonald, Belushi, Hartman, and Farley all get up and stand on their desks. Farley's desk gives way, and he falls through his
a great show tonight. Tawny Katayan is here, so we'll be back for more. For here we go again, as we'll play some Whitesnake and watch Tawny dance. We'll be right back.